Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm diving into the astrological darkness between Rob Reiner and his son Nick. A father-son dynamic that spiraled into tragedy, alleged violence, and heartbreak. So what went wrong between these two? Well, I'm going to be going over their synastry, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I found. Rob's Deianira, the victim asteroid, conjuncts Nick's sun. Deianira in Greek mythology was powerless, no matter how hard she tried to escape. Put that on Nick's sun, which is his core identity. Rob's vulnerabilities were exposed by his son. So this connection put Rob into the victim role, and Nick was the catalyst for abuse because his Nessus conjuncts his father's ascendant. Nessus is the asteroid that rules abuse and toxic cycles. And Nessus doesn't hide in the background. When it's on your ascendant, it marks you. It enters your energy field in a way that it stains the air and it brings darkness and toxicity. And Rob couldn't walk away from it. This was not just a father-son argument gone wrong. This was the shadow coming home and refusing to leave. Now, the birth time for Rob is actually rectified, but it must be really, really close. And the reason why I'm saying that is because Nick's Amicus conjuncts Rob's midheaven. So these two asteroids, Amicus and Nessus, together, as they emulate the same energies as far as abuse and violence goes. Now, Amicus conjuncting the midheaven, danger goes public. The midheaven is your legacy, your public image, the story the world sees. So when Amicus, the violent centaur, hits it, the chart is shouting that violence and danger and boundary-breaking energy is not just private. It's written into the public awareness. It's violence that leaves a mark for the whole world to see. And that's what's happening now. Now, Amicus has to do with crossing physical and emotional boundaries in the moment. And the abuse is primitive, blunt, and reactionary. Amicus brings a raw, primal edge of danger. This can trigger provocations that make someone act out physically. Basically, the energy creates conditions for violence. And to make matters worse, we've got Ixion and Osiris, Egyptian god of the dead, conjuncts Rob's Jupiter and the asteroid Stabia. Stabia is exactly what it sounds like. It's the signature, and it carries the energy for stabbings, physical attacks, and wounds that cross the line from threat to reality. Ixion is the murder asteroid, the outlaw, the rule breaker, the one who doesn't care about the consequences. So put Ixion and Stabia together on Jupiter, the planet that magnifies whatever it touches, and you have the energies and the huge potential for extreme lawlessness and violence that gets magnified. So it's right there written in the chart. Now, Nick's Mercury conjuncts Rob's Osiris. So the story of this relationship is eventually going to center around death and endings. Also, Nick's Astarte and North Node are conjuncts Rob's South Node. Astarte is pure warrior energy, ready for battle and the signature for blow-ups and heated arguments. So with this conjunction, Nick's chart and his life theme is wired for volatility. He's the type to explode without warning. He's got a temper. And with the nodes involved, it's like their fates are magnetized for drama. And his future is wired to his past. There's arguments and outbursts baked right into this connection. Now, Nick's Mars overlays into his father's 12th house. And that's the house of secrets, hidden enemies, and things festering behind the scenes, out of sight. So when someone's Mars overlays into your 12th house, their anger, aggression, and drive lurk beneath the surface. So you might not see the blow up coming, but you feel the tension building in the air. It's the textbook setup for conflict erupting from the shadows, violence and resentment that don't play out in the open, but explode when you least expect it to. Now, Nick's Hades is conjunct his father's vertex, and Hades is not subtle. It's pure underworld energy. This is darkness, secrecy, what's buried, and the heaviness that you just can't shake. The vertex is the door to fate and those meetings and moments you don't see coming, but it will affect you strongly. So when Nick's Hades meets his father's vertex, you get a relationship marked by shadow, and it's the kind of energy where darkness seeps into every corner, and there's this intensity that feels faded. It's inescapable, and it has a lot of gravity and darkness to it. So this isn't the garden variety conflict. This is underworld showing up at the crossroads, and it's a very faded connection. Every asteroid in this chart is yelling the same story: boundaries crossed, violence unleashed, and a father-son dynamic that's locked into a cycle that neither could escape. So when you see Deianira, the victim asteroid, Nessus, the abuse asteroid, Stabia, Ixion, and Astarte, all are on stage, and you don't need much more to validate what I've already told you. The chart really explains everything with those asteroids. So that's all I have today with these two, and I hope you enjoyed this interpretation, and hit the subscribe button to stay in the loop, because I will be back shortly with more asteroids and synastry charts and natal charts as well. And if you need a synastry chart, I'm available, and the information is in my description box. Have a nice day.